Hi guys, I am Mark and I am CTO of Gen3. And in today's video, I want to share with you guys multi-account batching on the XRPL. So first, what is multi-account batching and how does it differ from your single account batching? Um, I guess the best way to show you would be to just go ahead and show you some transactions that I did previously and we can compare them. But basically, it's just it's exactly what it sounds like. Um, okay, so let's go through some transactions on DevNet. Hmm. Okay, so this is the first transaction. Um, this is a single account batch transaction. So if we go take a look at the transactions that are in this batch, you will see that the accounts are all one transaction. They're the same account all throughout. It has like I think 5 payment transactions, but the originating account is just the same account. So therefore, we do not have to do anything special. You just need this account's private key in order to submit this transaction, to sign and submit this transaction. Okay, compared to multi-account batching. Multi-account batching, the main difference is that you have these batch signers here, and I will come back and talk about this batch signers later on. But you will see that the raw transactions, the accounts, um, they are not all the same. So you can see this is RAD, and this is RMC, and then this is R9R. So there are 3 different um, signers on this transaction. Cool. Um, so the next thing that I want to share with you is basically how to do multi-account batch transactions, and why is there a need for me to show you guys? It's because it's not as simple as like single account batching. Single account, if you just have one signer, if you just have one address that all the inner transactions um, come from, it's basically the same as the non-batch transactions. You just sign it with the key and then submit it to the to XRP ledger, and that's all there is to it. Um, batch multi-account batching is a bit different. Um, for those of you who are familiar with multi-sig, um, on the XRPL, this would be familiar to you guys. But for those not so advanced, this is really it's kind of hard to do. Okay, so what I have here is a test batch TypeScript script, and we can just go through the code. We have 3 wallets here, and then I also have 2 destination wallets, and this part of the code is just setting up the inner transactions, and they're all just payment transactions. Okay, so um, 2 payment transactions using wallet 1, 2 payment transactions using wallet 2, um, 2 payment transactions for wallet 3 as well. Okay, and then we put it in an outer transaction, or some call it an envelope. So we put all the raw transactions in here, and then we set this batch transaction as all or nothing. Okay, for single account transactions, this is all you need. You will sign this batch TX and then submit it. But for multi-account transactions, you will need the other accounts, the accounts that won't sign the outer envelope transaction. You will need what is called a batch signer from them. So this is why where I got really stuck yesterday for hours, because I was trying to reverse engineer it um, from sample transaction JSONs. Um, and yeah, it was hard to do. So shout out to Mayukha of Ripple. So I was so frustrated because I couldn't get it, and then I finally gave up and went ahead and asked Mayuga how to do it. And there is a magic sauce. There is kind of like a helper signing function um, that Mayuka pointed me to, and it is this sign multi-batch. Um, just a little bit of info for this. This is actually, I just copied this from the xrpl.js repository. So Mayuka actually pointed me to this integration test on xrpl.js, and there is a batch multi-sign, and then it uses the sign multi-batch. And if we go and see it, this actual file I just adopted into our code base. So yeah, thanks so much, Mayuka, for all of your help making this possible. So going back, we will see that we are just kind of like this piece of code here, which is just autofilling. Um, what it really does is just create kind of like of a template transaction. And then the sign multi-batch function will then um, create or construct the batch signers for you. But you can imagine this as, for example, if you do not it, the way Mayuka explained it to me is that um, these are meant for like multi-signature scenarios wherein you do not control all the signing keys or the signing wallets for this transaction. Um, but yeah, that's a whole another complicated topic. But in this example, we just hold all the keys for this. So we have wallet 2 and wallet 3. Um, we are signing the transaction with wallet 2 and wallet 3 first. We do not need to sign multi-batch wallet 1 because wallet 1 will sign the entire envelope, so there's no need. Um, but yeah, and then once you get that, you will get an encoded transaction by calling this combine batch signers function, and it's still part of the helper functions that was from xrpl.js. But yeah, this will give you like a hex encoded string that will be signed and submitted by wallet 1. So what we can do is we can go run this file. V test, and then let's see how it goes. Yeah, so these are like the 6 inner transactions. And then yeah, just like that, that was a successful transaction. And we have our ledger hash right here. And if we go into BitHomp, if we paste the hash, we will see that this transaction was successful and validated in the ledger. And if you look for the raw data, you will see that you have the batch signers, and you will have all your 6 transactions from 3 different accounts. Cool. So that's how you do um, multi-account batch transactions on the XRPL. Okay, so um, what am I using this for right now? I actually found like really this is really helpful and beneficial on Agent Run. I played around with it on our token launcher feature on Agent Run, and it was so cool because previously the token launching feature on Agent Run is such a source of headache, and Guillaume will attest to this. Is that it it was pretty much not as reliable as we wanted it to be, just because you had to run like around, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, like 17 transactions um over three separate accounts. And not really three, no, it's actually four different accounts. And um the messed up thing was two of those accounts had to run outside of like the context of the transaction, because there were like custodial wallets for Agent.run. Like it was a utility wallet, and also a community wallet. And obviously we can't have the private keys for those wallets um, on the um, on the browser context to be available for users. So what we did was that we had like a server side queue, and then it was so it was a very inelegant solution, because what we did was that it would actually poll an endpoint and just check whether or not a trust line for those um, server side wallets was completed. And I'll show you now like how beneficial it was. Um, so I do have this launch token source code, and as you can see, like there are so many. This is quite a bit of like complex code, um, but yeah, let's see what has been like what upgrade I have been able to do here. So, for example, this step number one, as I mentioned previously, this used to take like 17 transactions. Now it will only take three batch transactions. And we have actually, because of this multi-account batch transactions, we totally eliminated the server side queue. Like we don't need it anymore. So I'll just show you like the step number one of this, which is like what the transactions of this is that we have a platform fee payment. We have a payment, reserves and fees payment, because we generate a wallet for each token launch as the issuer. And then we also have like setting trust lines to the creator's wallet. Um, and then this was the like this special sauce, or like the tricky part of the process, is like we have a utility address and a community address, and um, because of multi-account transactions, we can simply construct it, include it in this batch of transactions. And then I'll show you later how we handle the signing. But yeah, if you see the inner transactions, it is the platform fee to community, platform fee to utility, reserve and fees transaction, creator trust set, utility address trust set, and community. These ones are done. We cannot sign this in the browser in this code base. So what we did is that I wrote some sort of a server side um, server action wrapper over the sign multi-batch function. What it does is that it just takes the batch transaction, and then first of all we need to sanitize it. So we we don't get we we reject transactions that we do not like say payments to like trying to drain the community and the utility wallet. So we check the transactions that they are just trust set transactions, and then we call the sign multi-batch and then return it back. So basically, that transaction has been signed by the utility and community wallet, and then once that is done, um, we get the transaction and have the creator account sign and submit that transaction. So just right here, I know like it's kind of super technical to explain this, and it might be a bit dry or a bit boring, but I cannot tell you how big of a thing this is. This is such a big deal. um yeah, it simplifies so many things that have been like pain points in creating applications on the xrpl. So yeah, just really really a very nice, very powerful, um you know new tool. Like the I am I am having trouble like putting into words how big of a thing this is. And yeah, we are trying to like move everything we can to like batch transactions and everything on agent.run, um, from swapping tokens to launching tokens, and for sure, for all our for our agent terminal as well. So we will be using this to the fullest. Um, yeah, the other thing that needs, like I wanted to discuss about multi-account transactions is that we also have on agent.run. Yeah, on agent.run, we have the concept of like if you go to our platform, you do have the in-app wallet, which just lives on the browser. So you could sign stuff and do stuff with it on our platform. But if you go to your profile, you can also link wallets. So we do support like Xaman, Crossmark, Gearin, Gem Wallet, my favorite, and Joy Wallet soon enough. But the main thing is that uh, I was so excited yesterday um, to finally understand what multi-account batching is, that I immediately thought like, wow, we could just combine transactions from different linked wallets, um, and then just just submit it to the xrpl. Like it's such a big, um, it simplifies the entire process. But the thing is that the wallet providers have to implement multi-batch signing into their wallets essentially. So I know that Weitz of Zaman has responded like it is in their pipeline, and I hope to reach out to the guys at Joey Wallet as well as Girin, so that we will be able to like uh, to make batch transactions between your agent, the own wallet, and all your other linked wallets in a very convenient manner. Cool. So I think I have rambled enough in this video, but if there's one thing to take away from this video, is that the possibilities for batch transactions in general, and especially for multi-account batch transactions, the possibilities are endless. My mind can't like stop thinking of where else we could use this. So yeah, super happy to have like played around with this. And yeah, we will keep thinking of ways to use this on agent.run for our agents and for the agent terminal. And yeah, just building cool stuff and cool products for our users. And yeah, I'll end it there. Thanks for watching, you guys.